Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 19 of Promises. And so I got a wonderful text yesterday. It's from one of the regulars, Linda, and she was saying that she did the thing that we said we should do, which was when you committed to something, when you don't do the thing you committed to, that you write yourself a little note as to why you didn't prioritize that. And she was saying, as a result, she has done a lot more yoga this time. And then I started thinking back on my journey with that and how, that was the really strong commitment. And then I had to really move away from it. I had to move into, it's okay not to do it every day. So I think there's moments where determination and commitment are a thing of wellness, and they moving forward into that thing is like really wholesome. And then sometimes the thing you commit to is actually just too much, that actually it's some version of you that actually isn't real to now. And how do you discern the difference? The difference between doing this is wholesome for me, or doing this is trying to create some other version of me that isn't in connection with now. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. So great. We're gonna lean in. Last night in yoga, in the in-person classes, I started leaning into things, and it was really, really yum. It was based on the cauldron, and then I went deeper. So we're going to do loads of cauldron today. So come, rest in onto your back, and we shall begin. Come. So landing on your back, knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Hi, bear. And just land and arrive and settle. Nice. And then drop your knees to the right. Come back up to center. And then drop your knees to the left. And come back to center. And drop your knees to the right. And then drop your knees to the left. Super. Knees to the right. And knees to the left. Cool. So bring your feet a little bit wider apart. So you're in the middle of your mat with your elbows and your shoulders. And then you can feel the edges of your mat underneath the soles of your feet. So your feet are as wide as your mat, or your toes are as wide as your mat. And then drop your knees down towards the right. And as you drop your knee to the right, then squeeze your left buttock and lean into the front of your left thigh. So just feel that leaning in. Come back up to center. And then drop your knees down towards the left, and then lean into the right hip, right buttock. So kind of you push your hip a little bit towards the left and come back up to center. Drop your knees to the right, squeeze the left buttock, lean into it. And then drop your knees to the left, squeeze your right buttock, lean into the front of that thigh, and then just travel. Just get a sense of the leaning, opening of the front of your pelvis. I'm also dropping my knees a little bit more towards the floor. And as I do that, I feel something opening in my waist as I do that. So now I'm leaning into the length of my waist. And the leaning in sensation is that I feel something, and then I take that feeling and I travel with it. It's not a wall that I'm meeting. It's like I take everything and I lean into the full range of something. Nice. Come back to center. Bring your feet close together. Have your arms long beside you, and then squeeze your right knee as close towards your right shoulder as you can. And really feel as you do this that your bum is floating up off the floor. And that there's a sense of really like how deeply can you squeeze your knee towards your shoulder. Bring your foot to the floor and then squeeze the left knee towards you. And this leaning in is this sense of there's something in my lower back and the rounding into my lower back that I'm leaning into. Change legs. Scoop your right knee towards you Lean into the lower back. Change. Left knee towards you. Lean in and down. Right knee. Lean. And I feel something and the push of my foot and the drawing of my knee up towards me that feels like I'm stretching them apart deeply. One more time. Lean. Lean. Nice. Cool. So we've been doing this the last few days. We're going to do two different versions of it. So interlock your fingers, bend your elbows so that your elbows are up towards the ceiling, and then bend your right knee. And as you bend your right knee, let your right knee come to your right elbow so that there's a sense of that leaning into something in the pelvis, leaning into something in the lower back. And now stretch your arms long, stretch your leg long, and just find the sense of length. So length is the most important thing here. Can you reach into your knuckles? Can you point into your toes? Bend your elbow, bend your knee, touch. Reach long and feel like you lean into the length of the front of your body. Nice. Bend your elbow, bend your knee. Find the front of your belly or wherever it feels like you're lengthening and lean into it. Lean into your sensation. I'm using the word lean a lot this morning. Bend your elbow and then long. Cool. Bend your knee. Bring your bum to the floor. Sorry about this. Other side. So bend your elbows. Bring your left knee up on to touch your left elbow. And then reach long. Feel the full length of the front of your body. Bend your elbow, touch, reach. And find that sweet spot of like, oh, there is that movement. It's almost like the yawn feeling, that pandiculation feeling. One more time. Super. Bring your arms wide, drop your knees to the right. Come back up to center, and then drop your knees to the left. And come back up to center. Knees to the right. Knees to the left. Wrap your arms around the backs of your knees, or no, the front of your knees. And squeeze deeply down towards you. And squeeze. Breathe deeply. Feel like you're trying to bring your bum back down towards the floor. And so it's like a bag of grain that's trying to drop towards the floor. As you really sink through the back of the pelvis. Nice. Both feet to the floor. Push your feet down into the floor. Roll up along your spine. Lift your hips high. Feel like you're pushing and deepening into the front of your hips, the front of your pelvis. Drop your bum to the floor. Squeeze your knees towards you. Pull them deeply down. And just feel, what do you lean into here? Nice. Feet to the floor. Up. Find that layer. Lean into it. Bum to the floor, squeeze your knees up towards you, hug them deeply down. Nice, one last time. Feet to the floor, up. Find that length through the front of your pelvis. Knees are magnetically moving towards each other rather than apart. Use your big toes. Bum to the floor, squeeze your knees up towards you. Wrap. Super. So roll all the way over and come up into a seated position. Start with your feet wide. Sorry. So we're gonna do it without weights, okay? Because we'll see. We may use the weights in a while, but we're gonna start without weights. So interlock your fingers and turn your chest and your hands towards the right thigh. And then reach forward with your arms and just have a sense of meeting the backs of your thighs, and then stir the cauldron back towards the left. Out on the right, back on the left. And so as I roll forward, I round my back. And as I pull the paddle near me, I'm lengthening. I'm even arching my back a little bit. So I'm leaning back and then I round. So see if you can really exaggerate the rounding and the lifting of your chest. Rounding. And when you're sitting upright, really, how tall can you be? Rounding. Lifting. Oh, change direction. Rounding. Really tall. Rounding. Tall. Rounding. Tall. Cool. So, bring your hands forward. Round your back with your hands on the floor. And then arch your back. So the trick with leaning is not moving. It's finding something and then moving it. So move your hands forward as far forward as you go with your body, and then meet what it meets. And then begin to move those places. So like lift one bum or drop your head into coordination from side to side as you're near the end of your range, or arching your back and rounding your back. And just see, for you, what are the movements that support some easing of that place. For me, I really drop my head in one direction and then I drop it in the other. It's like the sense of the deep lumbar, the back of the pelvis lengthening. And so if you feel, oh no, I can't move, then you've gone too far. So if I go to the point where I'm stuck and I can't move, then that's too much. So find the place where you can still move and deepen in the direction you want to go. Whereas if you move to the end of your range and only your shoulders can move, then you've gone too far. So that might be where you're upright and you're finding movement in the upright position, even rocking and rolling into your pelvis. This is going to look really different for everyone. Let's really be with that. Nice. And just feel, what is your distance? What's your sense of this? Super. All the way up. Bring your hands either side of your right thigh. Drop your head down in the direction of your right knee. Rising, look up towards the ceiling, looking really tall. Nice. Drop your head down in the direction of your knee. Rising, look towards the ceiling. Last one. Drop your head down towards your knee. Rising, looking towards the ceiling. Great. Other side. Hands both sides of the left thigh. Looking up. Head down. And for me, there's different shapes and patterns of the resistance. So I can feel that on this side, my lower back and the deep of my hip is responding in a different way to the compression. And I'm just keeping that in my awareness. Oh, there's moments of freedom and then there's moments of restriction. And I'm like, oh, I'm really interested in the traveling between. Super. Lean back, bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart, holding onto your ankles, sitting up tall. Really pull on your ankles, lift into your chest. You're not looking upwards, but I have a feeling that the front of my heart is trying to rise like a balloon up towards the ceiling. My chin is tucking in. I'm leaning more and more into my heart. Nice. Stretch your legs out long and then bring your hands behind you. And continue that sense of leaning into your heart, leaning into your chest. Chin is tucking in as you try and draw your chest as far forward as you can. Nice. Keep your left hand where it is. Twist towards the left. Bring your right hand over towards the left knee. And have that same sense of leaning into something. So you're rising through your chest. You're pushing your sit bones down. You're lifting through your whole spine. And then bring both hands behind you. Lean into your chest. Chin is tucking in. And twist towards the right. So keep your right hand where it is. Swing your left hand around the corner. Twist. How do you lean in? Deepen in. Nice. So grab your weight. Last of the sitting in this position. Tuck your elbows in. Hold on to your weight. Reach your weight up towards the ceiling, tall. Down and forward towards your feet. Bend your elbows up towards the ceiling. Tall. And then down. And so it's the bumpy ride, or the big slide, bumpy slide, that's the one. So it's like you're traveling up along the surface of you, up, traveling down along the surface of you, forward. One more time, up and down. Super duper. We're staying on the floor today, it seems. Bring your feet wide, drop both knees down towards the right. Bring your two forearms either side of your knee. So the right forearm is parallel with your thigh, your left forearm is parallel with your shin. And then just drop down towards your thigh. Give weight into your thigh. Pause there. Walk your elbows a bit further. Rest your head further down. How much are you pushing with your forearms? Can you lighten the push into your forearms? Bring that connection into your torso more so than pushing down into your forearms. Nice. Come all the way up. Knees back up to center. Drop your knees down towards the left. Zigzag to the left. Bring your two elbows down, forearms to the floor. So definitely your left forearm will be down, and maybe your right elbow is moving in the direction of the floor. And so the left one is easy because you're going to fall into it anyways. But it's the right one that you'll kind of, it's like you, yeah, so the left one is like the hinge at the side of a trapdoor, whereas the right elbow is trying to close. That's what it is. So the left one is the back hinge of your wheelie bin, okay? And then the right one is if the wheelie bin is really full, you're trying to close your wheelie bin. And so the left one is always, always okay in this. And then the right one, depending on how much fullness is in your hip, it will depend how close to the ground you can get. There's only 2 days left of this, of promises. Journey 49. We're going to be in 50. Oh my God, 50 journeys. Freaking epic. It's amazing. How much can you take the weight out of your forearms and drop down? Nice. and come all the way up. Stretch your legs out long, roll into your belly. When I think back of the Ciara who started all of this, I remember like live TV, like this is live, all the time live. So any mistake I make, I just have to keep going. And there's just no, yeah, it's just like there's a certain kind of something I had to learn in that. Bring the soles, coming cross-legged, bring your hands to your heart. I had to accept myself as I was rather than any version of me that I could edit. And yeah, now 50 journeys in. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I thought I would die in the beginning, actually. Oh, so amazing. So, hands on your heart and just feel all of that. Those of you who've been with me for the 49 journeys, those of you who've just joined me here in Promises, nice. Bring your arms forward, thumb and forefinger touch, reach wide. Back of your hands come together, scoop towards your heart and forward. There's something about the forward that feels really epic. So arms wide, round forward. And then as I scoop, I offer and my spine lengthens as I offer forward. Nice. Thumb and forefinger touch. Back of your hands come together. Scoop towards your heart. And as you offer forward, your spine rises and opens. Thumb and forefinger down. Back of your hands. Scoop towards your belly. Move forward. Nice. Last time. Thumb and forefinger touch wide. Back of your hands. Scoop towards your heart. Gather all of everything and just hold it. Be here now. Feel this now. Notice sensations on your skin, sensations of your body, sensations of beingness, the interoceptive feelings, the emotional tones. And then the feeling in your hands of holding a swirling dynamic of some kind, something alive in your hands, like a swirling warmth. And then gather that warmth and bring it towards you. Just hold your heart. How wonderful. So come lie down, all the way down, landing in. Land on the floor. Arrive. How lovely. How wonderful. So I will see you all tomorrow, day 20 of Promises. And what is it that you've committed to? Is it a wholesome thing you've committed to? Is it the thing that you need to be doing? Or is it not doing it that you need to be doing? Maybe you need to write about that. And so great. I will see you all tomorrow. Really, really thanks for joining me. And Linda, I loved your text. It was awesome. Great. Ciao.